What's up everyone, it's your trainer Dell, and in this video I have for you my Lorcana deck profile. I'm playing like Emerald Steel, it's a bit of Aggro, a bit of Tricksies, having real good fun with this deck. Obviously, it's like, if you watch our videos, it's kind of like its baby form. There are a lot of cards I still need for this deck and switch out stuff, but I'll kind of share with you my main strategy of this like sort of budgety build right here. So yeah. I'll just say that the cards that inspired me to play these colors were the were Meg. So I just like that cool ability of just her powering something up. So this might get dropped down in the final build, but you know, I was inspired by Meg. And one of my favorites, Tinkerbell, for the evasion. And like kind of in a close game, we have that going for it, like the 2 lore, and the fact that Tinkerbell was also in Steel. I decided to play this because that is a cool card to just kind of like draw and ditch, kind of like, you know, so we might grab. And then hopefully get another one, but the Giant Fairy Tinkerbell, just a really good card overall that can just kind of clear boards at times. So this was like my main thought when building this deck. I was like, I want to play these characters. My other favorite Disney girl in this game, at least in Disney, is Alice, but she hasn't showed up yet. So, you know, in green, we got some other cards like right here. We got the Cheshire Cat and the Mad Hatter. So the Cheshire Cat, it's just pretty cool because, like I said, this is probably the Trixie side where, yeah, when this card is challenged and banished, banish the challenging character. And it's a 3 that can go for 2 lore. And more importantly, Mad Hatter, which is like a 5-drop right here. But whenever this character is challenged, you may draw a card. So just extra card draw, and it's 5 for 3 lore. So if Alice ever comes out, maybe, hopefully she's also in Emerald and can work with this all. But for right now, that's basically all that would really rep my favorite girls in Disney, my top 3. So that's all that's there. So again, let's just go straight into some of the deck and see how these kind of all work with it, which is we're playing 4 goons. It's just a very simple 1-drop that, you know, it's inkable, and they're a 2/2, so they can hit things hopefully in the early game. Like if my opponents do have things essentially like any like Lilos or Maleficents that, you know, that are just 1/1s but quest for 2, these can easily take them out. They trade with them. And we got the Challenger package, which is the Captain Hook right here. He just has Challenger +2, so he hits for 3. And 3 of the Prince Eric that challenges for 2 as well, +2, so he's also 3. So the cool thing with these is that we play them out early whenever, you know, we just kind of have them on board to thread in some counterattacks and stuff. Especially Simba can be a problem, you know, having that 3 willpower. But if we need to go a little higher, that's why we have the Meg. The Meg, Megara right here. She can power anything up by +2 strength. So she makes things stronger. It really helps with board breaking or, you know, good trades. I would say that's what it really is. Like these are not really here to build up the lore. That's what these are here for, and some other cards. But these are just to, and especially this right here is just board breaking. Like Tinkerbell itself, also, like I said, it quests for 2 and it's evasive. So that's another good thing to take on just evasion decks and just to have her do that. And then she can give something else evasive. As you can see here, evasive, and then Pixie Dust. Give something else evasive in case we want to give the Challenger lineup right here evasive, so they can challenge something, you know, that has evasive. That's basically all it is. I was playing the 4 Prince Eric, but then I wanted to play 1 Aladdin just because if I do get them early. I might put in more, I don't know, or take this out again completely. I feel like it's just a cool little one of, because it's still 2. So if I need to play this and if I need to thread in something, then, and I still play the Meg to pump this up, it's still, you know, challenging for 4. But the fact that it's a 2 that goes for 2 lore is pretty cool. So sometimes in the early game, they might not have anything. So we can play Aladdin on turn 2 and maybe just quest for 2 and just kind of like, you know, kind of get a little early ahead. Especially with other 2s that quest for 2, like the Flynn Riders. Again, a really good card, part of the Tricksies package, where whenever this character is challenged, the challenging player chooses and discards a card. Let me know if they have no cards in hand. Can they not challenge that then? Because Flynn, really good. I just want to make it hard for my opponents to want to challenge, basically. Same thing with like Cruella de Vil. We got 2 of her. And yeah, when this character is challenged and banished, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. So it can be anything, I believe. It doesn't have to be the one challenging it, like the way Flynn Rider and Cheshire say. So, if they play some things out too early, well, oh well, you know, if they challenge into it, that's the whole part. She might get cut, especially with some other cards for better things. And I'll let you guys know at the end or a little closer to the end. 2 Mickey Mouse, just because I wanted to play Mickey also. You know, he's my favorite Disney boy other than Riku from Kingdom Hearts, which hopefully Lorcana you guys are gonna bring out. So yeah, I just wanted to play a Mickey. I think even if I like upgrade this deck all the way up, I'm still keeping the girls. I'm still gonna keep 1 Mickey at least a 1, unless they bring in a better Steel or Emerald Mickey, to be honest. Here's a card that I'm starting off with, the Kristoff, that will be changed. You know, if I ever get the Hans, the Emerald Hans that quest for 3, I think it's a 4-drop, then these Hans will probably be switched out for those, and maybe a Cruella de Vil or 2 will be switched out, like for some other stuff. We got Peter Pan's, again, evasive, a nice little 3/2 for 3 that's inkable. In all honesty, these also eventually might get taken out by Cusco's, kind of, you know. I think Cusco's and the level 5 one, or cost 5 Cusco, is just too strong. It's pretty cool, the fact that it has ward and, you know, quest for 3 make it really cool. So I can see something where I take out this whole, the Cruella line and then these 2 lines and just try to fit in 4 Kristoffs, or no, 4 Hans and 4 Cusco's. Then we got the 1 Beast to just banish an item, just attack 1 of, and another card that might be taken out eventually, but it's just here for the fun of it. Let me move these aside a little bit. Is Mother Gothel. This is just a one of, I have 3. I ended up getting 3 because I like the ability where while this character is exerted, opposing characters can't quest. But obviously by 6, depending on some decks, they can just get rid of it. There's answers for this, so this might get taken out because it's although it's really cool, there's, you know, her ink has to dry, so it gives in a whole turn that they can prep for it. So that's something that I think about, that I also want to take out. But she's part of the whole Trixie lineup, while the Steel goes in there and just does the damage. And speaking about damage, we got 3 fire the cannons here. Just one cost that deals 2. Again, if I just need to take out some pesky things, if I just want to add some damage to help this giant fairy Tinkerbell, that's what that's there for. Might bump it up 1 more, and if I would, I might take away 1 Meg. That's kind of what I would do. I was playing 3 smashes, but I just felt like the 3 for 3 damage was whatever's, you know. We got the challengers right here, that's what they're for. And if my opponent doesn't have anything, if I draw into smash, it doesn't really do anything. But if I draw into these, then they can at least quest. So that was the theory behind it. Then we got 2 Beast Mirror, another card I would like to get maybe 1 more of, and maybe that's what I switch out for Mother Gothel or something, because I do notice I lose my hand a lot. I know there's a big card in Whole New World that can just give me a whole new hand, but I also feel like it can give my opponent a brand new hand. And although against some decks that's good, like they're setting up for something and now we've totally messed them up, yeah, it might not be really good, because you're paying, unless you sing, which I only have, as you can see here, like it'd be the Mad Hatters, the Tinkerbell, and then these two would sing Whole New World, I believe. It's still a 5-drop. So worst case scenario, if I get one more of these, I could always just ink them, and then I just need to have one at least on the board. I don't think I would need more than one, two, but one at least. If I see one, then the other ones are easy ink cards. Like, I don't have to do any brain power to think about that. Since I don't have genies, I'm playing 4 of Mother Knows Best. And that's kind of why I play a lot of 3s, as you can see in the 3 lineup. Cheshire, obviously the Tinkerbells and stuff. Just because this is a good way to just return chosen character to player's hand. Especially if they bring out a big threat that might lore for a lot, or something I can't really deal with through challenging. That's what that's for. And lastly, the Grab Your Sword, which, again, it's kind of cool to play off. This is just tech 1 of. Maybe, I don't know if I want more. I think the Fire the Cannons do a lot better in the early game than this does in the late game, Because in the late game, hitting everything for 2, if they just got a bunch of weenies, then yeah, you board clear. But if they don't, then you might have to rely also on Tinkerbell shifting and all this stuff. But like I said, because we have the Challenger package and then Meg that can power something up, the Grab Your Sword, the 1 of, isn't too bad. So that's basically it. Again, this is very budget and smaller than compared to like the Steel Emerald decks out there. Especially, I mean, although this isn't like budget, but thankfully we pulled all of these. It was really cool to pull them because I didn't expect to, and I would love to keep pulling them, especially Enchanted, the Giant Fairy, Tinkerbell. So yeah, that's kind of how the deck is right now in the first chapter. And like I said, I'll probably try to upgrade it as the set fully drops. I just want to share this version for you guys, knowing that you guys can still play the game without having to dump so much money into the game. And if I didn't play these Tinkerbells and I just wanted to have a little extra fun, I think I would just honestly put more Aladdins and like maybe another Aladdin and then another Beast Mirror and then another Mother Gothel or Beast or something like that. That would make it even way cheaper because these themselves like are crazy. I can understand that. And when I talk about budget, that itself, those 3 feel like not budget, right? So yeah, you can also like spec into more evasion, more challenger, or anything that can just like quest for 2 or whatever. I think the Bodyguard Mickey is also kind of cool and not that expensive. So maybe I would have done the Bodyguard. So then if I do get Mother Gothel out for a turn and she quests, then I can do Bodyguard Mickey right afterwards and keep her exerted so they can't quest. Yeah, something like that. Some fun, tricky stuff. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching and like listening to my thoughts. All right, peace.